Zuckerberg says,
good morning, YouTube.
There are these anti-vax conspiracy theories out there, and we got to shut them down because we have a
everybody doing today?
consensus.
Hopefully everybody's doing good.
Consensus,
Hopefully everybody is taking care of themselves, taking care of their families, and getting closer to God. I want to talk about the mainstream science. I don't know if there's a whole bunch of you out there that may see these videos who are old enough to remember when eggs were bad for you to eat, and certain things were bad for you, and then the trend was they were good for you, and then they were bad for you again. And I'm comparing this to the climate, vaccines, public education. They don't really know definitively what is bad for you, what is good for you. They, meaning the scientific elite. That's what I would describe them as, the scientific elite. Basically, they're going to put out an agenda to further sway the people into believing them. Basically like a shepherd herds sheep. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're herding the sheeple into this new socialist, utopic belief that, whatever they say is true, no matter what the true science says. Truth is no longer truth for them, for all these sheeple and psychopaths out there who believe the mainstream media. You have their opinions that they say are true. And it's true for them. But it's not the actual truth. There is only one truth. For me, that's Jesus Christ. And that's all that matters. All this political nonsense, all this global warming, all this Trump, Hillary nonsense. I get involved in it, and it strays me away from God quite a bit. Only because I want to educate people on the truth politically and here worldly, so hopefully one day they will ultimately find the one and only truth that matters, and that's Christ. Now, it's crazy how long and how deceiving Satan really is. He's always out there. He's always working. Him and his minions are always trying to get people to do bad things, tempt people into doing things that they normally wouldn't do. And, socialism is a product of Satan's reign. The majority of these socialists and communists and fascists, and they're all on the same side of the scale, people. There is no left communist and right socialist, or right communist and left socialist. They're all to the left, you guys. There is no... They call, the Third Reich was supposedly a right-leaning political party. That's BS. Hitler was not right-leaning. Right-leaning is anti-government. The farther right you get, the less government you believe in. Anyways. Socialism and communism and fascism are all a product of these Satan-worshipping cabal participating secret society people. I mean, it's plain and simple. It's a fact. You know, there are some people may be like, well, there might be this. No, it's true. It's straight up true. Whether you believe it or not, it's true. The elites, Zygmunt Brzezinski, wrote a book. I forgot the name of the book. I always forget something in these videos. Somebody's name or the name of something. It's named for some reason. But he wrote a book, and the technocratic elites liked it, and this is the plan you're seeing trying to be unfolded. And Trump is a big wedge in their plan. Trump is doing great. He's bringing God back into the government. Separation of church and state is a funny thing, because people think that means completely taking God out of the picture, and that's not the case. You shouldn't have any state-funded churches, and you shouldn't have any church-funded political organizations. You know, the church should not be running the state, and the state should not be running the church, and that is separation of church and state. If somebody in our government wants to put up a plaque of the 10 Commandments, that is still not violating separation of church and state, and it's not the church governing our state, so therefore it's separation of church and state. Regardless of the point, I just wanted to once again re-edify the fact that we are being lied to every day by the mainstream media, the technocratic elites, the globalists, the scientific elites. And Alex Jones said he would describe them as mad scientists, these people that are putting out this propaganda, which I think is funny, because you always saw that in a movie, you know, when we were kids. The bad guy was a mad scientist, and like Pinky and the Brain, he referenced Pinky and the Brain. What are we going to do tonight, Pinky? The same thing we do every night. Try to take over the world. So, you know, it's this, they want to run everything. Satan has an agenda, and he's using people to push that agenda. So, the next time the news comes on and you guys are watching the news, just remember that it's probably a lie that you're listening to. Go research it. Look for the documents, the documentation that it actually happened, whatever they're talking about. Remember that they have an agenda that they're pushing. Try to see through their lies and see the agenda that's being pushed behind the narrative that they're talking about. And you might be able to wake yourself up. Anyway, y'all have a great day. God bless you guys, and God bless America.